Hi guys, editor Jaime here. I'm actually not supposed to be here, but Scrap is on a short vacation and Silo is resting. So I'm going to be discussing multiple frequently asked questions regarding TLOM, and I'll also be showing you how to do things like extracting the game and getting all 14 endings. First, let's go over some of the frequently asked questions I received in regards to the game. I want to discuss why there hasn't been a mobile release yet. I know I said that there will be a mobile release of the game coming soon in the previous update, but it turns out that it's giving me a lot more trouble than I had originally expected. The thing is, RenPy, which is the engine that H and I use to program the game, can emulate mobile devices, but building the actual app packages for the physical devices that you would hold in your hand and play the game with, that's a lot more difficult than just repackaging the whole game as an application and calling it a day. And as you can see here, there's a lot. And I mean a lot of miscellaneous things I would need to configure in order to get certain things to display properly, such as text and images and stuff like that. If I just threw together a sloppy mobile code like you see now, the game would turn out like this. And I am not going to have that. You guys deserve a game that runs and doesn't have text that flies off the screen like this. Now, with all of that out of the way, I can honestly say that a mobile release is a big ol' shrug right now. I know that it is possible and it's been done before, but I don't know how to fully put it together or when it would be stable enough for a release. And I'm the only programmer on the game right now, so if anyone out there knows anything about Python programming, RenPy, or releasing things on Android and iOS, get in touch with me please through Itch.io or my email address. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so that's out of the way. Next thing, the other question that I get a lot of is, how do I play the game? This is actually very, very easy, and I've explained how to play the game multiple times, but I suppose it's just better that I just show everyone, you know? So if you know all about the downloading and extracting process, then skip to this point in the video. So, first thing you're gonna do is check the game page for any recent updates. You can find them in this tab right here. Next, download the version of the game that is compatible for your computer. The game is pretty large, mainly due to the many scripts and image sizes, so please be patient with the download time. Once it is done downloading, you're going to want to open the .zip or .rar file. The way you do this is by going to one of these websites and downloading their zip or RAR file extractors respectively. After that, double-click the RAR file. I'm using Windows and I'm only familiar with Windows zip files, so I'll be speaking from that standpoint. I'm sorry, Mac and Linux users. You will see the following items in your archive, which is the proper term for a RAR file: the loverme file, a readme.txt, and the current version of the game. Note, the older versions of the game do not have these text files, so if you do not see these files in your archive or in the Lover of Me folder that you extracted previously, please download the most recent version of the game. It is the most stable build and it has the least amount of bugs from what I understand. What you're going to do next after you open the archive is you're going to select all of the files inside like this. And then you're going to extract the game to your documents. Really, any place will work, but the most common problems, such as loading a saved game, happen because RenPy allocates the save files to the documents by default. And as far as I know, there's no way to change this. You might be able to load and run your saved game just fine if you saved it to your downloads or your desktop, what have you, but the safest bet is to save it into your documents. Again, due to the size of the scripts and the images, this will take roughly around 2 minutes. Once the game is extracted, you can exit the archive. You're not going to need it anymore, trust me. Open your documents, or wherever you save the file to, and then you're going to open the folder. My path is different because I'm actually the programmer of the game. If you saved it to your documents, here's the default path. Once inside the extracted folder, you're going to want to open the Lover of Me folder itself. Then you're going to see these files. You're going to see the README and the version number. You're going to double click on the file folder that says the Love of Me PC or Mac or Linux, whichever one. And then you're going to see all of these files. You're going to see the game, the library, the RenPy folder, the log, screen, script, all this stuff. Don't worry about any of it. You don't need to worry about any of it. The main thing you're going to want to open is this one right here. This is the loverofme.exe or the application. Double click on it and then it should pop up with the game. It'll have the default RenPy icon, and as far as I know, I can't change it. I don't know why, I just can't. But when you double click it, your game should start up and boom, you're ready to play the game. Alright, now that everything's out of the way, on to the main event. How to get the endings. Spoiler warning, this contains heavy spoilers for the endings to the games. I will not show them in detail, but I will show you how to achieve all 5 possible endings, and later on I will also show you how to get the different paths for the Sons of Hephaestus/SSS routes. In total, there are 5 main endings to the game: the Broken/Scrap ending, Soulless ending, Distrust, Virtue, and Impurity ending. In order to get the SSS routes, you need to achieve every single possible ending first in the main game. Once you do that, the game should reset itself and the buttons will be unlocked. Once you receive an ending, you will see a tiny sticker that appears at the bottom of the main menu. This will indicate which ending you got and which ones you don't have. So let's start with the most easiest ending of the whole game, the Broken ending, or Scrap's ending. In order to get Scrap's ending, you're going to want to weigh things heavily in his favor, which is not very difficult to do, trust me. He's easily swooned by the most vulgar of things. He's the easiest one to romance since it takes very little choices to woo him. Here are the things that you're going to want to do in order. You're going to want to flirt with him. It doesn't really matter what you say to him, but you could say just about anything. You could say, those, hopefully Scrap's not in the room right now, but those glasses make your eyes look blue. And as you can see, he gets so infatuated with us over that one little compliment. You're going to want to pass the lore test. That's also very important. Then you're going to lovingly give him the flower. And of course, he gets a little antsy because you just pulled out something random from your backpack, but he loves it. Look at that little face. He loves the flower. If you've done everything right, then after the Easton scene, you should wake up in Scrap's office instead of Xylo's corridor. This is all you need to do for Scrap. He's very, very easy to romance, and, you know, even though he has many, many eyes and he's quite the character, he's still a cute little guy who deserves all kinds of love. The Soulless ending is the second easiest ending to get. Since this is one of Xylo's 4 endings, yes, he has 4 endings, we need to weigh things in his favor, but we need to do it while also having a little bit of our sanity left. I mean, let's face it, you don't want to fall in love with a demented, corrupted god, right? To get this ending, you need to do these following steps in order. You're going to want to run from Scrap. You're going to pass the lore test. You're going to give Scrap the flower. You're not going to offer Xylo anything. Apologize to him. Say such piercing eyes you gave those ghosts. You are truly the god of everything. Nobody can compare to you, master. My lord, without you, I am nothing. Master, what happened in your past? You are God, my lord. You can do anything. And what you say to Xylo will matter here. You can choose to follow him, Celios, or Hephaestus, but honestly, if you choose the latter two, he will kill you instantly. So the choice doesn't matter at all, but maybe it will in the future, who knows. What you want to say to him is you. Now there's a very minor detail that happens when you tell him that you're going to follow him. He will say, really, just like this.
Really?
And then the game will continue as forward. This means that you said something to Xylo that piques his interest, and it will guide you towards one of his 4 endings. If you followed every single little step right, then you should wake up in Xylo's corridor. But when you enter his throne room, the dialogue will change to fit the player's destroyed sense of self and their psyche. And congratulations, that's the Soulless ending. Now we're going to move on to what is for some reason the most difficult ending to get, and I think it has to do with people not choosing the right dialogue options with Xylo. We're going to go on to the Distrust ending. Everyone in the server seems to have problems with this ending and trying to get it, so here's how you get it. Convince Scrap to take you to Xylo's cave. Pass the lore test. Give Scrap nothing. Here is the most crucial point and where a lot of people mess up, so please pay close attention and follow everything in this order. Offer Xylo nothing. Master of everything, please accept my humble condolences. Such piercing eyes you gave those ghosts. You are truly the god of everything. Nobody can compare to you, Master. My lord, without you, I am nothing. Master, I humbly ask you, what happened in your past? Master, you are everything and nothing. Your power is unlimited. Instead of saying you, say Xylo. If you followed these steps correctly, then after day 2, you will awaken in the corridor. From here on, the game will follow its designated good ending route. Once you get to this point in the dialogue where you're asked to give Untainted Xylo something, you must give him the amulet. And congrats! You made Cloud Baby distrust you! On to the next ending! This path is the generic good ending path, and while it's easy to get if you understand Xylo's character, there are a few things that are hidden out of view in this ending, like the Distrust and Impurity flags, which link to the different endings of the games. So you're going to follow the steps almost completely exactly the same as you have in the Distrust ending, but there's going to be a little bit of tweaking here and there. Convince Scrap to take you to Xylo's cave. Pass the lore test. Give Scrap the drawing. As stated before, you're going to follow the exact same steps as you did with the Distrust ending, but there's going to be one important change here. Offer him the amulet. Master of everything, please accept my humble condolences. Such piercing eyes you gave those ghosts. You are truly the god of everything. Nobody can compare to you, Master. My lord, without you, I am nothing. Master, I humbly ask you, what happened in your past? Master, you are everything and nothing. Your power is unlimited. And here, you're going to say Xylo, just like last time. If you followed these steps correctly, then after day 2, you will awaken in the corridor. From here on, the game will follow its designated virtue, or good ending route. Once you get to this point in the dialogue where you're asked to give Untainted Xylo something, you can either give him the flower or give him nothing. And now, this is the last and best ending to the main game. Seriously, it can't get any better than this. Convince Scrap to take you to Xylo's cave. Pass the lore test. Give Scrap the flower. As stated before, you're going to follow the exact same steps you did with the Distrust and Virtue ending, but there's going to be one important change. Offer the amulet. Master of everything, please accept my humble condolences. Such piercing eyes you gave those ghosts. You are truly the god of everything. Nobody can compare to you, Master. My lord, without you, I am nothing. Master, I humbly ask you, what happened in your past? Master, you are everything and nothing. Your power is unlimited. You're going to say Xylo or you. It doesn't matter what you say here, but just don't pick his brothers. If you follow these steps correctly, then after day 2, you will awaken in the corridor. From here on, the game will follow its designated virtue and good end route. Once you get to this point in the dialogue where you're asked to give Untainted Xylo something, give him the drawing. And that's all for the 5 endings. Now on to Triple S. All of the Triple S have 3 endings, a Soulless, Virtue, and an Easter egg ending. For Sonic's route, to get the Soulless ending, you show no interest in the cave paintings. For the Hyper Controller's ending, or the Virtue ending, explore the cave paintings and agree to stay with Untainted Xylo. For the Ancestor ending, explore the cave paintings. For Shadow's route, to get the Soulless ending, you're going to try to act tough. For the Controlling Life ending, or the Virtue ending, you're going to be honest with how you feel and agree to stay with Untainted Xylo. For the Garden ending, be honest with how you feel, and then reply to him with, "I'm sorry, I can't." And finally, we have Silver's endings. So, for Silver's Soulless ending, you greet Xylo coldly. Must have been short-sighted if you were convinced to harm your brothers by sin, huh? For Masters of Control ending, or the Virtue ending, ask him about your thoughts. Sin made you feel like you needed to control things, didn't it? For the Reunited ending, greet him neutrally, and ask if sin corrupted him. So there you go, that's how you get all 14 endings to the game. I've been recording this video for about an hour now, and I'm finally finished. But I hope that helps everyone find all the endings that they want for the game. I know the game's been out for a while, and it took me way too long to get this video finished. But hey, it's done now, so you can go and play to your heart's content. Okay, now I gotta get going before Scrap gets back and he finds out that I'm not in my den. I'll talk to you guys later.